Welcome back to interview Ninja Step 67. Maslow's triangle of motivation, sometimes called the Maslow's hierarchy of need or the Maslow Pyramid, they all pretty much mean the same thing. Cultural differences, the drive behavior, and how varied they are in different parts of the world. Building a creative personal identity or an image, and thinking about how your own image conveys how you want to be conveyed. How does it make you be accepted in the way that you would like?
Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a theory in psychology. It argues that there are 5 stages of human needs that motivate our behavior. Abraham Maslow proposed his theory in 1943 after studying what he called exemplary people, such as Albert Einstein or Eleanor Roosevelt. First, there are physiological needs, such as the need to breathe, eat, drink, or sleep. The moment we get enough of that and we feel awake and our bellies are full, we get motivated by the next thing. Now we want safety. We try to earn money, build up resources, and look.
These are drivers within us as human animals. This is how we've evolved from being newts or whatever, amoebas or whatever. So the reason the human animal has become, our perception is we're the dominant animal. Right? If you believe Douglas Adams, actually it's white mice, the dominant creature, but we believe ourselves to be the dominant creature. Yeah. Okay.
Look for shelter that protects us against dangers. Once we are satisfied and feel safe, we have time to think about what we want next.
Young people who've grown up in the Western culture, you don't have to worry about where your food comes from. You're going to eat tonight. Who's going to pay for your meal that you eat tonight? You're going to
My mum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who's going to worry where you sleep? It's provided for you. Yeah. So young people in the Western world have a lot of this stuff provided for them.
Almost all of stage 1 basically, and pretty much stage 2 as well, has already been covered just by Western standards.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's not guaranteed.
No.
And other people you're going to meet when you travel
will not have either of them.
Exactly.
As I edit this video, I'm sitting in a rich city in California. 50 paces from me outside, there are people who have to sleep on the streets and beg for food. Many of them are either physically or mentally sick. Some are damaged by being forced to fight in wars 10,000 miles away. Corben will be travelling in poor countries when he goes on his global tour. Some will be equally ruthless, but many will have a quite different and more benign set of social values. I want him to be alert to the differences and learn by comparison.
At stage 3, we seek love and belonging. We desire to be close to family and friends, belong to a society, or join a gang. But the moment we feel completely part of a group, we already wish to be a little different than the rest.
It's a hunger. This is what motivation is, a hunger. It's what's your hunger for? Is it food? Is it
for safety? Is it
for this?
Is it for
what
being
are your
part of
hungers?
society?
And hungers become drivers. Okay. I know we're very short term.
No,
it's really, really, really important that you understand, because it's you. It's what's going on inside you as a human being and the people you're going to meet. And that's why I wanted to do this now, because you're going to see people in different cultures and they'll have different drivers and different needs. But humankind, this is common to humankind. It's just societies solve it in different ways. For example, in China, everybody thinks communally about the group before they think about the individual. In Japan, in Asia, where you're going,
Vietnam,
it's the group. Vietnam especially. Vietnam.
A few remaining communists.
But it is all communist,
Yeah.
actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's not called communist, but when you actually look at it, the way the society is governed is communist, massively. The way it's controlled through regulation.
At stage 4, we look for esteem, self-confidence, and respect from our peers. We want to be someone. If we have money, we buy a fancy watch. If we have a brain, we write or think or work a lot. Motivation to perform and compete is now at its highest. Students, sportsmen,
In a Western world, motivation to perform and compete, people desperately seeking to differentiate themselves
From everyone else.
and inventors excel. Neil Armstrong even flew to the moon. Only if we breathe and drink and eat and sleep enough, and we feel safe and part of a group and still special, only then can we reach level 5, self-actualization. Now we can relax, be creative, accept facts for what they are, give back or do whatever we want. No more pressure.
Despite this commentary, I doubt Maslow was himself convinced people couldn't start working towards actualization until they reached the top of the triangle or pyramid. Learning about your own potential and acting towards your personal growth is a source of satisfaction for anybody at any stage. Equally, helping the growth of others can be both fun and rewarding. As you develop your emotional intelligence and your social intelligence, you will be better able to analyze personal motivation and its impact on your own behavior and the behavior of others. In fact, Maslow didn't do any diagrams, triangles or pyramids or whatever, and he didn't believe that you had to pass through one level in order to experience the motivations at the next level up. And he spent nearly 20 years trying to correct people about what his theories were. But you can see from this commentary that he didn't succeed in explaining things to people because, to be honest, it's all quite complicated. Understanding human motivation isn't easy, and a lot of people like to pretend it's simple and trot it out. But if you've invested the time in these courses and Interview Ninja, you will be one of the few people who can really grasp the complexity of human motivation and hopefully use that in your own life.
That's complete rubbish.
Yeah.
All right, because in India, it is, but it's the Western way of seeing the world. Because again, you're going to meet people who are all about self-actualization, and it'll be about having no possessions. It'll just be about living in the moment or living for the next life. When they die, they're going to come back as something different. I mean, a lot of in Buddhism and these Hinduism and stuff like that, they're not in the here and now at all. So this is Western, and Maslow was Western, and the other one that you come across with this at the same time is Hertzberg. Hertzberg's all about behavior within organizations, but not ordinary organizations, Western organizations. So it's very narrow, it's very American, but it's pervasive, and it's useful.
Unless, of course, there is trouble below. If you are a leader and believe in the theory, use it. First, make sure everyone has eaten well. Then make them feel safe and help them belong to a group. Once they feel they belong, they are ready to stand out and excel.
Okay, right. So I'll kill it so we're on camera and I can see us on camera. All right. So we're finishing this session. It's been fabulous. Poor Corben, he's got to rush off and go and get all sorts of stuff. But we've covered a lot of ground. The reason we're doing it is Corben's going off around the world on a kind of called a global trip.
Global tour.
Eh?
A global tour.
Global
world tour.
Yeah. Corben's global tour. Have you got a name yet for yourself?
What, for when I introduce myself to people.
Yeah. Are you Mr. C or are you?
I don't have a name for myself.
Why not?
I'll have fun making one up. That sounds
Well,
good.
you should. Before our next session, I would like you to tell me who you are. Are you Sting? Are you Wild? Are you?
Well, I feel like Corben is a pretty solid. You don't meet many Corbens. I'm not like I'm John. Like Corben. If I say Corben, you're.
Yeah. So you're going to be introduced on to the Today Show, right? With those two people sitting on the sofa.
Just my name.
So we have Corben.
Is that lame?
Well, you decide.
Do you think it's the same?
No, I'm not criticising you in any way. They could say, we have Sting, or who else do they introduce us? Who are you?
Like with a tiny temper.
Yeah. No, I hope you're not going to be tiny temper, but think of who you are. You're a young male going into the music business. You're an individual. You're not a part
of a group. Yes.
This way. So you've got so look at the comparators, the role models. Well,
John Mayer.
Exactly.
Like
So
Jacob Collier, like
exactly.
Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do
So
they?
two words, one word. What's it say? Has it got an image? So when we come back later, is it going to be Corben? Is that got the power you wanted to have or not?
Maybe not. Sounds a bit.
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I think
maybe you'll make it powerful. These things that have a punch. Maybe he's made it have a punch. Maybe he's done that. He's achieved that. It's how are you going to get there? Well, what is it? Because you've got to start. Sorry, got to, should, could. Got to build from now on. Is that identity?
Agreed.
Good.
Agreed.
End of session.
In step 68, we're going to build on this Maslow approach to individual motivation and look more at motivation in society and how different cultures have evolved. Because Corben will soon be going off on his global tour, as we've decided to call it, and right now he really doesn't know very much about the world or politics or anything. In that respect, he's perhaps fairly typical, but I think it would be good for him to open up a bit and understand more about what's going on in the world. When you go for that interview, it may not matter how much you know about world politics and that kind of thing, but you do need to know about what's happening and influencing the particular organization that you're going to the interview with, and the overall environment that they exist in. Are they under threat? Do they want to become category killers and expand their market share, and so on and so on?